All right, so it looks like Tim Tool is back at it again. Um, so here's what happened. So Candace Owens is like a Donald Trump supporting zombie, and as you can see here, this tweet has 68,000 favorites. Like more than half of these are bots. It's really interesting. If you go through the list, there's a bunch of egg accounts where there's no profile pictures, and it's weird because they don't tweet anything on their own. And if you go through their Twitter accounts, they retweet all the people in the MAGA crowd very suspiciously. So Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens. It's super, super weird. So those numbers are incredibly inflated, just so you're aware. But she went full fascist. That's what she did. She just went full on fascist mode. Here's what she said on Twitter. She said, "If I were president, the punishment for burning the U.S. flag would be the renunciation of citizenship. No jail time, no fine, simply 1 year to liquidate your assets and get the hell out of our country. In exchange, we'd extend citizenship to a hardworking legal immigrant." So, if you don't know about the history of the issue of flag burning, it was decided by a Supreme Court case 5-4 that flag burning was constitutional. In fact, it is quite scary that it was 5-4. It was a 5-4 ruling, but of course, our Supreme Court is a reflection of just pretty much everyone else in society, essentially. Antonin Scalia sided with the side, the crazy lunatic conservative. Had sided with the side that said that had decided the majority opinion, which was that flag burning was constitutional because, of course, our First Amendment grants you to free speech, and you can't simply start just arbitrarily, banning speech that you don't like. That's fascistic behavior, obviously. And so what she's saying is, yeah, if you burn a flag, I'm gonna kick you out of the country if I were president. First of all, I'm really glad you're not president because you're the biggest fucking moron I've ever seen in my entire life. But the fact that you've no clue about the Constitution or really any basic understanding of anything in general, it makes me really, really excited and relieved that you're not president of the United States. And it's pretty horrifying. So fascist Candace Owens, the free speech warrior, right, is coming out and saying that if you burn the flag, I'm going to kick you out of the country. This kind of stuff makes me want to, I don't know if it'd be Twitch TOS something, but just, get a flag and burn it, live, just to be, just to fuck you to these people. I don't even get why people even find it to be, this really crazy thing if you're to burn the flag. Who gives a fuck? Why do you give a shit? Do you keister the flag? When you go to sleep, are you holding the flag in your arms? Every morning you wake up, do you fucking salute the flag? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Seriously, dude. This flag means more to you than the Constitution and the rights granted to it itself. It's creepy. It's weird. It's insane. It's unhealthy. Dude, the pictures of, Trump hugging the flag. What the fuck, bro? You're one step away from just fucking shoving that up your ass. And, doing it on purpose. It's really fucking weird, dude. It's weird. The weird infatuation that people of this country have with a piece of fabric, a piece of fucking fabric that is just a piece of fabric, is really weird. To the point where that becomes more important to people than the rights granted by the Constitution itself. It's what the fuck? So if you want to know a little bit of history on this, actually, there was an attempt, I believe, when Bill Clinton was president. There was an attempt by Republicans and some Democrats, like Joe Biden, to get a constitutional amendment to make flag burning illegal, because what had happened was, obviously, the Supreme Court declared it constitutional. And so, holy fuck, we need to change the Constitution to allow flag burning. And it got really close. Obviously, you need 2/3, and I believe they couldn't hit 2/3 in the Senate. And Bill Clinton, I believe, had opposed it. There were a lot of attempts to do that, by the way, to pass these kind of laws, as well as passing constitutional amendments, amendments to the Constitution to make it legal, which is just absolutely insane. So a guy named Renato Mariotti, who I think is someone who is a legal expert, he says that would violate the United States Constitution. So it's a good thing you're not president. Facts. Candace Owens responds very weirdly, saying, First Amendment has limitations. You can't yell fire in a movie theater without consequence. You cannot yell racial epithets at someone without consequence. And if I were president, you sure as hell wouldn't burn a flag without consequence. So again, just a clear showing of a lack of intelligence and knowledge, generally speaking about everything. But, specifically in this situation about the First Amendment. So, yeah, you can't yell fire in a movie theater because you're disturbing the peace and you're causing physical, very clear damage. So, if you go into a movie theater and yell fire, and then a bunch of chaos ensues and people are injured and shit, there's very clear shit going on. But when you talk about flag burning, you're talking about taking a piece of cloth and setting it on fire. Those things are not the same, and it's political speech is what that is at the end of the day. And I don't know what you mean you cannot yell racial epithets at someone without consequence. You can yell as many racial epithets at someone as you want with the First Amendment. I have no fucking clue what you're talking about there. And if you want to crack down on political speech because you don't agree with it, you're a fascist. You don't support free speech. You believe in quashing free speech because it hurts your feelings. That's at the end of the day what it is. And a severe fuck you. Fuck you. Honestly, bro, burn as many fucking flags you want. In fact, fuck these motherfuckers. Just go out and burn flags right now. Just get one. Just burn it for fun. Just to say fuck you to these fucking cunts trying to quash free speech. So Tim Toole, I call him the right-wing NPC. Why do I call him the right-wing NPC? The reason why I call him that is because he's a very odd machine. I was going to say character, but he's more of a robot. Now, why do I say he's a robot? It's super weird. Anything that happens, he takes it and blames the left. Literally anything. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. Seriously, it doesn't matter, bro. Anything. Take anything and he finds a way to spin it and blame it on left. That's why I call him an NPC, because he does the same shit with everything. It's blame the left, and no matter what the fuck the situation is. And so, dumbass Tim Pool responds to her tweet saying, Candace going for the full-on regressive left perspective on speech? You can't do anything without consequence. It means nothing. Look at this. Candace going for the full-on regressive left perspective on speech. You're responding to a Republican, strongly right-wing, strident right-wing conservative president. That's why this whole thing is in the news right now, because he just said he backed a law against flag burning. I forget if it was a law or if it was a constitutional amendment, but you're talking about a president of the United States who's a Republican president, a strident conservative. They're talking about, in the recent past, it's been conservatives in the Republican Party as well as conservative Democrats like Joe Biden who have backed passing these constitutional amendments and these laws to ban flag burning. And you're talking about a far, far right-wing pundit here, and you somehow manage to bring the left into this. How did you manage to demonize the left in a tweet that you're responding to from a far right-wing pundit who's defending a far right-wing president? How? How the fuck did you do that? It was Bill Clinton who had opposed the constitutional amendment to, ban flag burning. And so there are obviously some conservative Democrats, blue dogs, if you will, or people like Joe Biden, who's basically just a Republican. But those people are conservatives. Nobody on the left is for banning flag burning, as well as what's hilarious. I read a tweet response to mine, which is oh, I hate when commies, want to ban burning the U.S. flag or something, because, there's always those anarchist marches and shit where they're burning flags and whatnot. How do you do this? What is wrong with your brain, dude? Does the beanie cut off circulation to your brain? How fucking stupid can you be? It's incredibly frustrating. You're responding to, a far right-winger here, right? In Candace Owens, who's defending a far right-winger in Donald Trump, and defending a bunch of other far right-wingers in the Republican Party who for decades have been trying to pass laws banning flag burning and constitutional amendments doing that, and you somehow managed to demonize the left. How the fuck did you do that? That doesn't make any sense. Honestly, when I read about the recent history, throughout the Bill Clinton years, as well as before that, about the attempts to quash free speech from the Republicans and conservative Democrats, It's pretty scary, dude. Because nobody, and I repeat, nobody, there should be no restrictions on if you go buy an American flag, you should be able to do with it whatever the fuck you want with it. Okay? Burn it, do that, and this should just be more incentive to just burn flags on video and just post it at them. Be like, yo, hey, dude, fuck you. I think even Tim Tool said he's gonna burn flags now. I don't know if he's actually gonna go through with it, but what a clown this guy is. And Candace Owens and Donald Trump are both fascists.